Okay, well, here we are here. I can see the Gale winds are here. How you doing there, Sergeant Starkey? And Court Clerk Alexia. And Megan, the process server. I hope you're all doing great. And everybody else in court today. Okay, well, okay, now, the register, I have understand, Megan, the process server has verified that both defendants were served. Mr. Bailiff, or anyone else of this court, have you seen or have either of the defendants, CT. Sweetwater or Forever Burned, the owners of Greensboro Estates, contacted you, stating why they are not in attendance at this court proceeding in their defense, even though they were served in person at Greensboro Estates, as stated by the process server? Thank you very much, Mr. Bailiff. And how about the clerk? Have the defendants contacted you at all there? The clerk of the court, or not? Okay, thank you very much there, Alexia. Okay, thank you very much also, everyone. Well, let us proceed then. I'm going to order the order. I'm going to read the order that was delivered by the process server. I've also already talked to her. It was definitely confirmed that it was delivered to the owners of Greensboro Estates, and they received it, no card, and they have not contacted us at all. And let's see here, here's our order that states, by the way, this is case number 04182015, SLPC, Second Life People's Court, order to appear subpoena. The defendants, Padra, Second Life name CT. Sweetwater, and Kaylee Blaze Parks, SL name Forever Burned, both owners of Greensboro Estates, versus the plaintiffs, Dave and Chrissy Gilwins of Greensboro Estates also. I'm going to read this order that was served on them on the 18th, I believe. Yes, 18th, so they had 2 days. You are ordered to appear to testify in the below entitled action before SLPC, Second Life People's Court, at the landmark, which is clearly there, on the April 20th, 2015 at 9 a.m. It is well past that time now, and we have not been contacted. Clearly says in the order that both of them received this order, subject to all judicial SL enforcement and sanctions. See below if you have further instructions. A lawsuit has been filed against you or the entity you represent in this court under the case number shown above. Please be advised that this is a subpoena for you to attend to defend the lawsuit filed against you. You are ordered to appear to testify in the above entitled action before the court, address named above, on the date, time, and place stated below. This court is subject to all judicial. No. If the defendant fails to appear, the judge will proceed on the testimony from the plaintiff and the witnesses, examine the evidence, and enter a judgment against the defendant. Please be advised that all court hearings and decisions are videotaped and may be posted on social media. All orders made by the judge are forwarded to the register of SLPC, Second Life People's Court. Avatars that are found guilty are entered into our abuse database. The plaintiff's statement of fact is as follows. On April 17, 2015, Pedra, CT.Sweetwater, and Kelly Blaze Parks, forever burned, of Greensboro Estates, engaged in fraud by stealing $4,400 linen that was paid to them. This is the statement from the Gellens. We sent them a note card asking for clarification about using their fire truck on their own property. Result was no message reply, but we were banned from the estate. Death of our cat due to these two individuals returning everything to our inventory. Attempts to contact resolve the issue were ignored by both parties. This was scheduled and served on the defendants of Greensboro Estates, the owners, by the process server, Alexia, which is here today, dated this 18th day of April 2015, and it was approved by myself and was served. Okay, so for the record, I'm going to say for the record, the defendants, both CT.Sweetwater and Forever Burned, the owners of Greensboro Estates, were served and were given 2 days to contact the process server or this court, but have failed to do so. The defendants, CT.Sweetwater and Forever Burned, owners of Greensboro Estates, have decided not to appear in front of this SlpeopleCourt to defend themselves regarding the theft of 5,000 linens and the killing of the Gellens cat. Mr. and Mrs. Gelwin, do you wish to make any statements to this court? I have copies of all the chat logs and correspondence that have been forwarded to me. Do you have anything you wish to say? Go ahead, Miss.
Yes, Your Honor. When we first moved in there in Greensboro Estates, they were very nice to us, and then it seems it's just that they shut a blanket over our eyes and did not care. I would have to say I have never had any problems on any roleplay sims except Greensboro Estates. You know, I mean, being stalked and always being watched when you're dressing and stuff, and and always have to go somewhere else. And it seems like they've always made up new rules every day just because Dave put a fire truck in the driveway and they said it was okay to put a fire truck anyways if it was for roleplay in the beginning of the rules. But when they banned him for no reason, they set everything, even my stuff, not even notified us or Dave. I was really heartbroken. I mean, we just moved in, and everybody loved the house and everything, and we had people, you know, go by that liked, and I thought it was a nice neighborhood until, you know, all that happened, you know, and I felt like I wanted to leave. They wanted me to stay, and I said no. I said I wanted a refund. She said they didn't do refunds. But what she told Dave, he would have gave a refund if he didn't notify everybody of her lies. It just seems that the new owners are a bunch of kids running the sim, like, you know, people in their 20s. And, you know, I know there's better professionals out there than good sims. It's just that you should have respect and the customer's always right.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much for that, Mrs. Gillen. Okay. Like I said, I have a copy of all the chat logs that have been forwarded to me by Mr. Gillen and other interested parties. I see from the logs that CT Sweetwater actually and did not contact Mr. Gilland, nor did anyone else, even though Mr. Gilland sent a note card requesting clarification about parking his fire truck on his own land that he'd rented. The owner never sent a reply to Mr. Gilland. From the facts and the chat logs, the only reply that Mr. Gilland and Mrs. Gilland got was they were banned from their property, and the money that they paid for rent was stolen from them. I see that you asked in Greensboro chat, Mr. Gilland, what was going on, and CT Sweetwater ejected you from the group. So that you couldn't explain to or bring up to others, several residents, what was going on. I also have got the information that was actually given, copied from other witnesses, I guess, that are still there, that CT Sweetwater also posted on that chat after you were ejected, telling everyone to ignore you if they were contacted, as you were just a disgruntled resident for not following the rules. And on that, I also see from all the chat logs submitted to me that the owner tried to contact Mr. Gilland to request a meeting after Mr. Gilland started discussing this with residents there. And she requested a meeting several times, obviously to prevent the other residents of Greensboro Estates from becoming aware it was occurring. The disturbing part is I see the owner, Forever Burned, said after you accepted to meet her to talk that she would refund you your $5,000 linen if you stopped informing Greensboro residents that she and CT. Sweetwater had stolen your money, returned your stuff from your rented property, killed your cat, and abandoned you. Then she reneged on that and ignored your question when would you receive the refund. Some 2 hours later, I saw that Mr. Gilland on the chat, and I saw her chat also. Does anyone else have anything they wish to submit before I render my judgment on this case? Okay, well, since I haven't heard anything, therefore, I am making the following order based on facts solely. The defendants, CT. Sweetwater and Forever Burned, owners of Greensboro Estates, are hereby ordered to return the theft of the $5,000 linen to the Gilwins immediately. The death of the Gilwins family cat caused by CT. Sweetwater, returning it to their inventory, I am going to award the amount of $1,000 linen for damages to the Gilwins. I will also be recommending and forwarding these two individuals' names to the Register of SlpeopleCourt to be added to the abuse database. It also appears both the defendants, Forever Burned and CT. Sweetwater, owners of Greensboro Estates, have no problem about stealing or abusing their tenants. I am also going to recommend that Register add Greensboro Estates to the abuse database as well. Now, it's unfortunate this has happened. Most roleplay sim management are more professional, and they do not steal or are abusive to their tenants in SL. This is my judgment, and this is thus my order, this 20th day of April 2015 in the SlpeopleCourt. And so,